Hello and welcome to this session on the topic of grace notes. A grace note is a very short note of virtually undefined rhythmic value preceding another note, and you'll often find grace notes noted as a small eighth note or a quaver with a slash through the stem preceding its target note, so to speak. So grace notes, because of their undefined rhythmic value, usually have the same note duration whether you're playing a slow tempo or a fast tempo, and I'll just give you a vocalized version of that now. Let's say my tempo is this so that's the pulse, and the grace note would then be ta ta ta, and even if I slow that down even more, ta 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 ta. So the value of the grace note is still very short, and if I speed it up, ta 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 ta, so it's the t, which is the grace note. I'll just give you a brief demo of how the grace notes can be used in, let's say, just using a blues in C, a 12-bar blues. So you will have seen and heard there that I played a grace note virtually in front of every properly played note. And a couple of ways to do that are these. One is you can bounce off the same string, the string that you're actually playing on, and another way is to bounce off the lower pitch string. You can use muted grace notes or unmuted grace notes. So essentially you've got a few possibilities, but with all of those possibilities it's advisable to use two alternating fingers of the striking hand, because you're just not going to get that quick note with just one finger alone, or it'll sound different. I'd definitely recommend to have the two-finger technique down, and I'll just show you how to do that now to get that bouncy grace note feel. So first of all, I'm just going to play something off the D string. So I'll play the fretted notes on the D string and I'll bounce off the D string itself. So it'll be open D now. Okay, so you get that effect. Now I can mute the D string and play the same sort of sequence. What that involves is basically use your fretting hand to do the muting like that, like a ghost note. Okay, so that's all it is. You mute the string, then play the note, the fretted note, or the open string, whatever you choose, mute again, fret, mute, fret, mute, fret. Okay, and of course the other method now is coming off the lower pitch string. In this case I'm going to come off the open A string. See, that works quite okay in the key of D. That's quite alright to actually hear that open A. It's a very short duration anyway, so it doesn't matter that much, but in this case I'm going to just mute the A string and use the same technique. So what I'm doing now is I've got the thumb on the A string and still playing that muted note, Okay, so muting the A string, just leave the thumb there and going like that, and then you're striking the next note, and so on. So the important thing is, if you look at the finger lengths, of course you should use the shorter finger, the index finger, for the string that's closest to your face, and the longer finger for the string that's further away. That's pretty logical. If you do it the other way around, it gets quite awkward. So you might need to practice your bouncy grace note technique off the same string that you're fretting the notes on, both open string and muted, as well as playing off the adjacent lower pitch string, open and muted. So finally, now I'm going to give you a demonstration using my trusty band in a box setup. I've got some chords here. So as you can see, that was quite a random demo, but it just shows you how you can use this stuff once you've got it down. Enjoy your own results. Bye for now.